President Biden working to save his re-election campaign. The president took questions last night at his first solo news conference in 8 months. He showed command of foreign policy over nearly an hour, but also stumbled at times. The big question now, will elected Democrats fall in line or ease him out of the race? Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce starts us off. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, the White House this morning is touting a strong performance from the president, but it is not clear if what we saw from him last night is going to be enough to turn the page. He did admit that there are other Democrats who could beat Donald Trump, but said it would be hard to start from scratch. And the president was adamant, unless his team can show him that he is headed for certain defeat, he's staying in this race. Overnight, despite a rising wave of opposition, President Biden making clear his mind is made up, convinced that he remains the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump.
I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once, and I will beat him again.
During an hour-long press conference, Biden taking questions from 9 reporters, hoping to demonstrate he has the mental fitness and stamina to stay in this race and lead for 4 more years.
I'm not in this for my legacy. I'm in this to complete the job I started.
But out of the gate, Biden mixing up his own vice president and his rival.
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
Trump seizing on that moment, writing, "Great job, Joe." But Biden firing back, "Yes, I know the difference. One's a prosecutor and the other's a felon." Hours earlier, a similar mistake. Biden introducing Ukrainian President Zelensky as Russia's Vladimir Putin.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin.
Pressed on that error, the president laughing it off.
You mixed up Presidents Zelensky and Putin earlier today.
Dismissing the moment and calling the NATO summit a success. But even as he pushed back against concerns about his age, the 81-year-old admitting,
I just got to pace myself a little more. Pace myself. In the next debate, I'm not going to be traveling into 15 time zones a week before.
But the president was defiant, dismissing the growing chorus of Democrats calling for him to exit the race.
I served in the Senate a long time. The idea that senators and congressmen running for office worry about the ticket is not unusual. So there's a long way to go in this campaign. And so I'm just going to keep moving, and because, look, I got more work to do. We've got more work to finish.
And while he said he has full confidence in his vice president Kamala Harris's ability to be president,
from the very beginning, I made no bones about that. She is qualified to be president. That's why I picked her.
he made clear he would only reconsider his decision to stay in the race if polls show he has no path to victory.
No, unless they came back and said, there's no way you can win. Me. No one's saying that. No poll says that.
The president telling his doubters he's not finished yet.
Am I getting the job done? Can you name me somebody who's gotten more major piece of legislation passed in 3.5 years? I created 2,000 jobs just last week. So if I slow down, I can't get the job done. That's a sign that I shouldn't be doing it. But there's no indication of that yet. None.
Now, despite what they feel was a strong night for the president, the campaign tells me they are braced for even more Democrats to come out and call for him to exit the race. But they insist they can turn this around if they just stay the course, if they keep getting the president out there in front of voters and the American people. And that he is going to be doing that again today. He'll be in the key state of Michigan with a big rally in Detroit, where the president is hoping he can turn the spotlight back on Trump and his agenda, George.
Okay, Mary, thanks.